Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you are watching this, know that I appreciate you. 'Tis I, Jay, and I'd like to welcome you to another day in the daily life of Jay. It is Monday morning, Monday morning, January 18th, 2021. And I am headed to, guess where, guys? Guess where? Work. And it is like 8:23 in the morning. I think like 8:23. So yeah, to work I go. I didn't hit the lottery this weekend, so I can't not go to work. It's in the hundreds of millions. Hundreds of millions. The Powerball, I think the Mega's still up there too. And since I didn't hit either one, it is off to work I go. So, how was your weekend? Did you have a productive weekend? What did you do this weekend? Was it what you wanted it to be, or better still, what you needed it to be? How was your weekend? And how was your evening? Did you sleep last night? Did you get some rest? I got some rest. I did. It was, what time did I go to bed? It was late. It was like 11 or so when I finally got in the bed. But it didn't take long for me to knock off. And I slept for the most part pretty peacefully. The husband did get up a couple of times, as I was telling him earlier when he asked me if he slept, because he knows if I didn't sleep, that means he didn't sleep. So he got up a couple of times, tossed a little bit, but not a whole lot. So he got some rest. Therefore, I got some rest. So far, his back is healing as it's supposed to. The pain is minimizing. Friday and Saturday were really tough, especially Friday. They were really tough. But it started easing up a little bit yesterday. And that was reflected in his ability to get some sleep. So that is the update on that. I was trying to get into his file to see when he's supposed to go back to the doctor, see the pain doctor. But as usual, my internet kept falling out. I don't know what it is about my internet connection, especially in the morning, but it falls off like crazy to the point where I can't do much of anything in the morning, which is frustrating, because if I have the time, I like to check my emails in the morning. I like to check my emails in the morning, and or do some other things that I may need to take care of in the morning before I go to work, because I won't have the opportunity to do them during the work day, and it might be kind of late, or I may forget by the end of the work day when I come back home, because it's been a work day. So I didn't get to see when his next appointment is with her. I'll look at the paperwork. I'm sure it's on the paperwork. But I also just wanted to go in there and see what other appointments he had set up, so I can make sure I have them in my calendar, to make sure that I put them on my calendar at work. So we shall see. We shall see. My weekend was productive. worked on the budget, which can take a little bit of time. And that's just the budget for January. I didn't even start on the budget for February. But I worked on the budget. And then it was a good thing that I did, because then the husband had questions for me like an hour or so later about some things. So I was able to answer his questions because I had mapped everything out. I started outlining a webinar that I want to have next month. And what else did I do? I got some videos formatted. I got some uploaded. Like, so Saturday's video that was supposed to go up, which was part one of my personal COVID journey, it was supposed to go up Saturday morning, but for whatever reason, Friday, I could not get that joker to load. It was taking forever. So I just said, forget it. And then every time I tried to load it up Saturday morning, when I thought about it, it was having the same thing that was happening Friday. Seriously? The same thing that was happening Friday was happening Saturday morning. So I just said, forget it, I'll wait. And then I got into working on the budget and doing some other things around the house. I think we actually ended up going out to the store at some point, running some errands. And so then when I remembered, no, we did not. We something else we did. I can't remember right now, but we got caught up in something else we were doing. And by the time I remembered, it was like 1 o'clock. So part one went up late. It's up. Part two went up yesterday as scheduled, and then I had a video set up to go up today. I tried to get the video for last night, for tomorrow rather, set up last night. It had like a 2-hour time frame on it to upload, and I was like, yeah, I don't have time to sit here for 2 hours waiting on this to happen. Even if I am doing other stuff, after a while your computer kind of goes dark, so I'd have to keep coming back, and I had just done that for the other videos. I was like, I don't have the energy for it. I'm not doing it. So if I can get the connection to stay long enough, I will get the rest of this week scheduled, because I've got one more video to format, but everything else is ready to go. I just need to get it scheduled. So if I can make that happen, then this week will be done. I like this schedule. This schedule is easier for me to manage. This schedule works for me. So I'm glad about that. This schedule works for me. It took a while for me to find the right schedule to post so that I could be more consistent. I believe this is it. This is the schedule. So I hope that it works for you all. As I said in a previous video, I don't do what everyone else does as far as how they vlog, because they don't vlog the way that I do. When I say everyone else, I mean just the people that I typically watch. They pick up their cameras throughout the day and piece the stuff together and then post it later that night or the next day. And I don't have that kind of time. I don't have that kind of time. So for me to do it this way, where I record the whole week, format, edit what needs to be edited, and then get it scheduled for the next week, works best for me. I have the time to do that, as long as all of the other bits and pieces that need to cooperate are cooperating, meaning my internet connection, meaning my editing software, meaning YT's upload capabilities and all of that great stuff. If all of that is working together, I can keep this schedule and be consistent with it. So yeah. So like I said, I outlined a webinar. I started the outline for a webinar that I want to do next month, and I won't talk about it here until I get closer to having it finished. And actually, I may just quickly mention it and then just put the info in the description box. But something that I noticed yesterday is that my links are not working as links, and I'm not sure why. They are where they're supposed to be. I have them. I didn't even type them in. I went to the site. Like, I know what my web address is. I know how to type in my web address. But rather than do that, because I've done it before and it didn't work, rather than do that, I just went to my website and I copied and pasted the URL and put it in to the link section and published it, along with all of the other links that I had. Like with one of the videos, I'm wearing some new earrings that I got from a designer that made them herself. She's a jewelry designer. She makes other little things too. She's been making masks, but I don't like the masks that she has, and not because I don't like the way she made them, but because I have a couple of those types already and they don't work for me. But she makes a couple of other things, and so I put the link to her website in there so that I could, because I know that people like the earrings, so I put that in there so that people could have a link to her website. Hit published. The links are not showing up as links, so I don't know what else I need to do. So I'll have to reach out to YT to get an understanding as to why my links are not working the way they're supposed to. I have been utilizing, and I'm going to stop probably in the next month or so, because it's money that I don't necessarily have to spend right now, but I'll see. It's on the back burner. But I've been utilizing a service that basically analyzes the videos for me in addition to YT Analytics, just to see what's going on with them. Why am I in this lane? You're in this lane, Jay, because it doesn't matter what lane you're in when you're on this particular street in this particular area. The people drive like they don't know how. So I'm utilizing this service, this software that analyzes the videos for you in addition to the YT Analytics. And it's been beneficial to a degree. Like, I've seen the increase in viewing on one particular video that I've made some changes to. But for other videos, not so much. So I'm gonna use it a little bit longer and see if it actually is paying for itself, and we'll see what happens. If it's not paying for itself, then I can't use it, because it's an expense that I don't have to have. It was good for what it was good for, but if it's not paying for itself, I can't afford to continue paying for it. And I needed to pay for itself within 90 days. 90 days of me actually using it. Not 90 days from the start time that I paid for it, but 90 days of me actually actively utilizing it. And I have to say it that way, because oftentimes we pay for things and then we say it's not working, but we aren't actually using it the way it's supposed to be used in order for it to work. So I have to put that caveat on there. 90 days from me actually using it. So I got another month and a half of actually using it. I've been paying for it for months now, probably 2 to 3 months. I've been paying for it, but I've only actually actively started using it maybe 2-3 weeks ago, maybe. So yeah, started the outline for the webinar, and when it came to me, I was like, you know what, that's a very good question, because it came to me as a question. I was like, that's a very good question. So I'm going to do a webinar on it, and it will be a paid webinar. It will not be a free webinar. It will be a paid webinar. So yeah. And then what else did I do? I did not finish my vision board, but I got a great start to it. A great start. So all of the pictures and sayings and things of that nature that I wanted on the vision board are on it. My finance section still looks like so I have actually purposefully got to buy some finance magazines, because the only one, literally, like even the section on the board, I could not find anything that was geared towards finance. So I had to go buy the letters and put the letters up there spelling out the word finance or finances. There are no appliques or any of those things that you know, when you go get your stuff for your scrapbooking, your stickers and your things like that, sports, legal, medical, all kinds of stuff. Nothing for finance that I was able to find. So I, like I said, had to go buy the letters, the sticker letters, and just spell out the word finances. And then of all of the things that I cut out, and I was actively looking for all of the sections. And if you've not heard me say before what my sections are for my vision board, I have 4 sections: faith, family, finances, and fabulous. Now, faith is obvious, self-explanatory, as is family, self-explanatory. But my finances will be broken up into 2 sections: finances for the household, and then finances for the business. And fabulous is broken up into several different sections as well. And it's actually 4 sections that's broken up into, and I can only right now remember 2: health and homies. I had 4. I wrote them down. I cannot find what those 4 are, but the 4 all begin with H's. So under fabulous, and even though my board says you are magical, I had to write in there, or not write in there, I used letters, sticker letters, to put fabulous in there. And then I'm going to find an ampersand somewhere in something and glue that in so that it says fabulous and magical. But again, under fabulous, it's about not just me as an individual, but me in specific areas of my life. Like, I want to be a healthier person. I want to make more friends and be a good friend. I want to work on not just my physical health, but my mental and spiritual health as well. Even though spiritual falls under faith, I still want to make that a priority. I want to do more self-care. But I had 4 H's, and right now, like I said, I can only remember 2: health and homies. The other 2, I wrote them down. I just got to find them so that I can make sure that that's done. But I've got all this stuff for there, because I've got travel on there. I've got being friends on there. I've got, you know, all kinds of encouraging words on there, pictures on there. And then there will be some things that I actually write on there to remind myself of what my intentions were when I created this board, when this board was created in my mind. So that is almost done. I'm grateful for where it is right now. I have the energy to get up and do that. I did a couple of webinars yesterday, or watched a couple of webinars yesterday. I haven't gone back into the courses that I'm taking, but I need to. So I'll try to do that throughout this week. So yeah, this weekend was a productive weekend. It was a productive weekend. I am grateful that I had the energy to do some of the stuff that I did this weekend. Because for a minute there, I was being lazy and trying to say that I was tired when, or that I couldn't move around because my back was giving me issues. And it still is. But what I have to own is that what I have to examine or ask myself is it truly am I truly tired, or is it truly my back bothering me, or am I being lazy and not productive? And if I can come back with, yeah, it's truly my back bothering me, or I'm truly tired, come on, sweetie, or I'm truly tired, then okay, great. That is what it is. But if I'm being honest with myself and I find that it's not that I'm, tired, or it's not that my back is bothering, or it's not this, that, or the other, it is just me being lazy and procrastinating, then guess what? Get up and go do what you need to do. Get up and go do what you need to do. So that is what my weekend was. There were moments where I just wanted to relax, and I was actually tired, and I did that. There was a moment Sunday where I needed to take a nap because I was exhausted in that moment, because I stayed up so late the night before. And although I slept in on Saturday, when I say I slept in on Saturday because I needed to. My body needed that rest. So because I slept in on Saturday, I've had energy up until late in the day. So I was up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and the husband was like, I told you, you become a night owl. So he asked me to rub his back, so I shut down everything and went in there and rubbed his back. But I was kind of like resentful, and I wanted to throw a tantrum like a 3-year-old because, you took my toy away. But I got up because I knew I needed to get up anyway and get in the bed. So I did that. But I did get up I think I woke up at 7:30 Sunday. Started getting some work. No, I woke up at 7:30, but I did not get out of the bed until like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And we ate a little bit. I ate. He ended up not eating as much. I watched church. I streamed church yesterday. Had a great guest pastor yesterday. Great word. Now go. Speaking of when God was talking to Moses about speaking to Pharaoh and getting the people out of getting them out of what they were in, and the excuses that Moses gave God for not doing what it was that God was telling him to do. So it was a great sermon. And after the sermon, after he just set us on fire with all of the stuff that was planted down in him, he gave us a true life example of how being obedient to God impacted his life in a particular situation. So maybe I'll talk about it, maybe I won't. I'm looking at the time and what I've got to do before I get into the office. We've got 2 to 4 new people starting today, so I want to make sure that I get into the office and get some things printed out before they come in. I hope that my boss is there, because there's some things that I need to do that I should have had done last week, but I couldn't have done last week because he didn't give it back to me. But anyway, so I watched church, did a couple of things, got the word, did a little bit of studying, a little bit of leisure time. We did go to the grocery store and got some stuff for dinner, but I didn't start cooking it right away. I took my nap before we went to the store. Yeah, took my nap, which I needed, and felt good afterward. And when I say I took a nap, I slept probably 20 minutes. Even though I lay there for a while, I probably only slept 20 minutes. But I needed that 20 minutes. I needed to just let it go. But when I got up and I was ready to get to work and get some things done. So we went to the grocery store to get something for dinner. We came back. I put it in the oven because it was a frozen lasagna, and then I went to work on the vision board and doing what I needed to do with it. Got it done, so it's looking good. I felt good about my weekend. I feel good about my weekend. So I do hope that yours was, again, either what you wanted and more importantly what you needed, that it was productive and you got things done that needed to be done. And if you didn't, don't beat yourself up. Just try again, just do it again. Just start all over. You got a fresh weekend coming, and hopefully you can get the stuff done. So that's all I got. That's all I've got, guys. I am so grateful for the lessons that I'm getting and all of the things and all of the ways that I'm receiving them. They have been, see, this is why people need to back into parking spaces so that they can see when they're pulling out of them. But yeah, had a good weekend. So with that, guys, I am going to say peace and blessings. Remember to walk in your purpose and know that I appreciate you.